In a shocking turn of events that no one saw coming, Hollywood actress Ruth Wilson does a complete 180 on Hollywood, destroying them in this absolutely epic rant that we're going to be checking out here. And no one, like I said, no one saw this coming, okay? No one thought that Ruth Wilson, of all actresses, would go out of her way to talk about the complete moral bankruptcy that is happening in Hollywood. So let's get into this and see what is going on here. Ruth Wilson, who plays Miss Coulter in His Dark Materials and Alice Morgan in Luther, called out Hollywood, claiming many in the industry have no moral backbone. Not only did she call out Hollywood for its lack of morals, but she also took issue with modern notions of female empowerment. So basically completely just smacking the woke agenda upside the head in this absolutely fantastic response. First, she took issue with some modern notions of female empowerment, specifically the pressure to use Botox and how it is being pushed on younger and younger women. So she went on to say this: as an actress, everyone does it, very few resist. I haven't done anything yet, but it's in my head as like, well, do you decide not to and therefore potentially look older than your peers, or do you just give in? She went on to react to a recent article from the New York Times that was encouraging women in their 20s to get the procedure in order to prevent wrinkles when they get older. As a dude, let me just say this: we don't want that. We're done with all of that, okay? We're done with the lip fillers. The lip fillers, get rid of them, okay? Botox, all of that stuff. You don't need it, ladies. You don't need it. Wilson said, I mean, are they joking? I find it so, it's mad. It's massive violence. But in 200 years, they'll be looking back at images of women now going, what were they doing? What is that? You're blowing your face and lips up, yet it's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and women are part of that industry, perpetuating this empowerment. She would also note that the feminist notion that all women must support each other is unrealistic, saying to expect them all to be supporting each other is kind of unrealistic, sorry, and that is indeed the case. Wilson would also criticize social media and its effects on society. The self is so important on social media. It's created a very narcissistic society. Everyone is their own famous person. Everyone can be the center of their own world, and that really ties in a lot with the primary god of our society today, which is the god of self, and how everything is about ourselves, our selfishness, and all of that type of stuff. The lack of accountability, the lack of responsibility, and that ties in very much with all of that. And then this is where she gets into some absolutely crazy stuff, where she exposes a lot of the elite, powerful people that are in Hollywood and the very horrible things that they continue to do. So this is what she said: I don't think there should be any NDAs. If there's a problem, there's a problem. Talking about especially a lot of the Me Too stuff that was going on. It needs to be dealt with, not put under an NDA so you can't speak about it. It was a given that you had to sign those things, even if you were like, what, really? They were like, that's the way it works. She notes Hollywood was complicit. Agents, producers, PR people, in protecting the powerful. And how often do we see that happening? Not just in Hollywood, but across the board, where the powerful elites in our culture and society are the ones who are the most protected people, who are basically untouchable. You realize how fickle that industry is. There's no moral backbone. There was no remorse for any of that. People were like, we're going to have a meeting about how badly we've behaved, and then we'll all be fine. It blew my mind. And I think a lot of that kind of tied in with Weinstein as well. I think that Weinstein in a lot of ways was kind of a scapegoat for Hollywood, and they kind of offered him up as kind of the sacrifice in order for the rest of them to continue to do what they want to do. So anyway, there's an absolutely just a crap ton of stuff there that Ruth Wilson got into, and as far as Hollywood goes, and as far as a lot of the hypocrisy in Hollywood. With that being said, let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in another video very soon.